What are we doing, Bear?
We're making a chessboard.
What are we doing?
We're making a chessboard. Get that. Let's see what else. Zebra wood.
What is zebra wood good for?
Zebras.
Zebras?
No, I turn pens with it. I mean other
Nice.
stuff. Here's also some fender pieces maybe. Here's Babinga. Very expensive. Fun to say.
Babinga.
Peruvian walnut. You can tell. It says right there. This is zebra wood. Now you can see why it's called zebra wood. Because it looks like a zebra. We need like 2 board feet of walnut to make a chessboard. This is like 9, so.
We make several chessboards.
Yeah. Look at that big slab of tiger wood. How big it is.
Yeah, you don't want to go kind of slow.
Oh, look at my Christmas list. Fly on the wall style. I'm
What are we doing?
I'm not talking to you at all.
You can talk to
I'm
me.
gonna
No.
ignore you.
No, you can just do whatever you want. You can talk to me.
Can I ignore you?
You can ignore me as much as you want. You can do whatever you want to.
I'm inspired by the Russian guy who taught me to make chessboards. And he didn't talk because, well, he might have been talking, but I don't speak
You
Russian.
don't need to talk at all.
I don't speak Russian. Hello. I'm going to tell you about wood movement. Wood, like most organic materials, is hygroscopic. H-Y-G, roscopic. That means that it pulls moisture from the air to maintain equilibrium. Now, that wouldn't be a problem if it stayed the same size, but wood changes shape and size when it gets wet or when it absorbs more moisture from the air. I will show you. Take this thin slice of maple. This is something very similar to what we're going to be using to make our chessboard. Observe. Yeah. Cut it a little thick there. Let's try cut a thinner piece. It gets wet. It starts to bend. Now, all woods don't bend in the same way, depending on the size of the pores in the wood and how hard it is. So, in any case, we need to use opposing grain direction to make sure that when our wood gets hydrated, it doesn't warp out of shape. See these first two boards here? They're cupping inwards. And if these two were to be hydrated with water, they would start to bend in this direction. So in order to counteract that, we flip one of them over so that the stress cancels out. We got the stopwatch going?
Oh yeah.
Go! Google Randy Newman, the first thing that came up was short people. Oh yeah. From Toy Story? Or too loud.
I was on top of the world looking high. Right in my pocket.
I'm gonna have to get rights from Randy Newman for this.
Yeah. That's fine. Just call him.
Yeah, you're right.
Just call him at home. Say, Randy, we need your song, bud.
Like a bomb from some little punk in a rocket. Now all of a sudden, some strange
Toy Story 2?
things are happening.
I'm not sure.
Toy Story. It's a good song. Randy Newman, underrated artist.
Dude, his oh no, I'm thinking of Phil Collins. I was thinking of Tarzan.
Yeah.
The Tarzan soundtrack.
Yeah.
The animated one. Absolutely fire.
You put this on my playlist. It's a good song. Also, the grain direction you're cutting in matters. My old shop teacher always used to say it's like petting a dog, and he always said it like that, like a dog. So your grain is running in a certain direction. You want to go this way, not this way. And you can see what happens if you're cutting in the wrong direction. There's tear out there. That's when the grain is standing up and gets pulled out as it's cutting. So we want to try and avoid that. Now you can kind of see how this is going to go. We're going to glue these together like this, and then we can take thin strips here.
Are you ready to rip some fucking softball this summer, bud?
Oh my god, I'm so ready.
You're gonna hit dingers all season long.
I was gonna like ask you guys for like my birthday or something if we could play a game of softball, but
Well,
apparently I didn't have to organize anything.
I don't know why you haven't. I mean, we've only done it 2 years, but you know that we do that charity softball tournament.
Yeah. I'm in a beer league softball team with my dad too.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you in there.
I was drinking in a bar after going to softball games at like 19.
Yeah.
See the dust kind of fills into the grains, but don't worry about that. We're gonna clean out the pores there later with some water, and the grain will pop when the linseed oil gets in there.
When you wait for the saw blade to stop spinning and you're waiting there, what do you think about?
I think about Mr. Kennedy saying, "Leave it alone until the saw blade stops, because if you don't, you're gonna lose your finger like this other kid did in my class." I also think about when I was playing beer league softball once. The umpire was talking to me and I was catching. He was like, "Oh, what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I just bought a table saw." He said, "Yeah, I knew a guy who lost his fingers on a table saw." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I think about that guy whenever I'm waiting for the blade to stop. So through rigorous trials, it has been determined that just boiled linseed oil is the finish that we're looking for. It gives a nice, rich look. It's going to be very protective. The most protective thing here is probably wax and boiled linseed oil, but honestly, this is not going to get wet or have serious loads or anything like that. We're just looking for scratch resistance, and for it to hold up to general wear, stuff like that. So, yeah, other than that, it's subjective. Polyurethane would have been a fine choice, but it doesn't get that dark, rich look in the walnut, because it's not an oil-based finish. This is water-based polyurethane.
Just 700 blunders.
Yeah.
Just breaking the tension.
I don't like the tension. I'm not a fan of the tension at all.
You're in a rough way, my friend.
You didn't stop before. I did that in 1 second.
Did you?
Geometry Queens? Is that what this is about? Is that what this
You
is?
offered it. I denied it, but still gave you the option.
Do I want to trade Queens? Not especially.
Well, we better figure something out.
This is what we get right after our glue up. It came out pretty good. We had it clamped between two flat pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, or one was 3/4 inch, one was 1/2 inch plywood. So the thing about this glue up is it's not going to be super flat locally, but it will be flat globally. And what I mean by that is between this strip and this strip, we might be out by 1/32 of an inch, 1/64 of an inch, but that error is not going to compound over all of these strips because it was between two flat planes. So this strip is going to be out from this one as much as it is from this strip. Welcome back. So I did a lot of sanding off camera, and boy, am I tired. I got it sanded up to about 1500 grit. It was real smooth. I did the edges, cleaned them up nicely, and it is time to do the undercut here so that we have a floating end grain chessboard and not just a end grain chessboard. So we're going to do that on the router. I saved a test piece when we were cutting strips so that I can get the height right and not totally destroy everything. So I'm going to get the router set up real quick. Upstairs, Baron. Let's go upstairs. Come on. Let's go. God. Here's kind of the cross section that we're going for. You see this smaller square here at the bottom of the chessboard is slightly smaller than our maple plywood, which is going to be butt right up against this strip of maple that we have left over from when we were milling up the stock. And then we have this nice decorative walnut OG on the outside. It's finishing time. I got my sandwich gloves on so I don't get my hands all oily. It's party time. Oh yeah, there we go. Baron's really concerned if I'm doing this right. Don't worry, Baron. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. It's already soaked in. I need more oil.
This clock is also always at 4:30.
Well, it's 4:30 somewhere, that's what I would say.
Just move it to 5 o'clock, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
What the fuck? It's exactly 4:45 o'clock for some reason.
Amen.
That's good. I like that. Even if I wasn't using pocket screws, you don't really want to glue the whole thing. Well, I guess you could. You could, because it's going into plywood, which is really stable. Plywood is made by using alternating veneers, like the grain direction of the top veneers this way, then the next one's this way, and back and forth. So if it expands, it's going to expand very little. What the fuck?
You what the fucking about?
What? The Giants are winning by 9 runs in the first inning?
What the hell happened there?
I don't know. I just turned it on. I just opened the app. I was like, oh, let's see how they're doing.
Turn the radio on, bud. Big Giants guy. Your dad's not even a Giants fan, is he?
He is.
Oh, is that why you're a Giants fan?
They're winning by 10 now.
Dude, what?
Which is the home run porch at Coors Field.
Buster Posey just hit a
And
home
it is
run.
10-0 Giants.
Alright, if they lose this game, I'll be pissed.
The 7th home run of the year.
Don't look at that. That's nothing. You're never gonna see that. You're gonna see this. Yeah. Look at that. Get some sand. Get that sanded nice and flush, nice and flat. Write my name right there, and then I got felt feet. Goes on there. Probably not gonna use this audio because I got a super loud insurance commercial in the background.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna use silicone caulk sealant, whatever, to secure the chessboard to the base, because the base is really stable. It's not going to move around a lot. The top is all end grain, so it has like a huge potential to expand. So if I just like slap some wood glue down here, it would crack. Plus it gives us an opportunity to make this like floating. We want a nice little gap around the base for our underhang here, so I can put it up on some washers, get a nice uniform standoff, and then just kind of press it into the silicone, and it'll stick there. It'll be great.
One inning when they scored 7 runs.
My business. I got. Hold on. Oh, I signed it right there. See that? Put these felt feet on there. Hi, Bear. Hi, friend.
What do you have to say about these boards?
I think they came out pretty well. I'm happy with how Walnut one turned out. I think I did a better job on this one. For a couple improvements, I used pocket screws for the border here instead of brad nails, which are pretty visible. I haven't filled those yet, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be a lot of effort to do that. This also came out pretty square. The squares are square. I think to within like between 3 and 5 thou. So that's not very visible. I really like the finish on this. It's just boiled linseed oil. It's pretty dry. I don't know. I might take the wax off of the Paduke one. Baron, what are you doing? I might have to throw him out of here.
And the bouncer for Bear.
Baron, what do you got? He's got something in his mouth. He's got a card. What is that? What is that? Huh? A piece of cardboard, eh? Come here. Come here. Baron, come on. You want the cardboard? Come on. Come here. Alright, well.
Any closing remarks?
I guess he just lives under there now. Oh, yeah.
Randy Newman, is that the closing remark?
I like Randy Newman, but I really can't listen to too much of his songs because after, you know how Apple like automatically plays songs that are related to the one that you're listening to? They always play like Disney songs, even though I'm listening to like some really graphic Randy Newman song.
Rednecks?
Yeah. I'm listening to some song that Randy Newman is singing that, you know, is pretty mature song, and then they're like, oh, here's Monsters Inc. Or here's The Little Mermaid.
How are your Giants doing, bud?
They're doing really good. They're first place in the NL West. Gaussman's dealing.